Stuttgart versus Dortmund. Stuttgart really are trying their little hearts out at the moment. And at plus 310 against a Dortmund side that have just been put to the sword at home last week. Dortmund at minus 125. Not so sure about that, to be honest. Draw is massive at plus 320. I was close to going to that. Kev, under or over 3 goals. The 3 looks like a push at minus 115. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, I think goals is the way to go. I would have been tempted to lean towards Stuttgart until Sasha Kalajdzic got ruled out with COVID. And then that completely changes the picture because since he came back to the team, they've looked so much more dangerous going forward. It's not just him who's done damage in attack. Thiago Tomas, who came on loan from Sporting, has done ever such a good job in the last few weeks. But he's the focal point, really, Kalajdzic. And without him, they're not quite the same team. So I think that's a hefty blow. I still think Dortmund are probably the wrong price. I think it's a bit short for me, to be honest. Yeah. But in terms of backing Stuttgart, as soon as the new Kalajdzic was out, that's what put me off a bit.
Alex, is the value here to maybe go with either the home side draw no bet or maybe the home side double chance at plus 105?
No, don't complicate it. Don't complicate it at all. With some lack of personnel from Stuttgart, is very very tough to go with the home win or the home side to get all the 3 points. It's possible. It's not like it's not possible because we've seen Dortmund how bad they are lately. How bad Haaland was against.
Why, Alex? Why? What's gone wrong? Because they're a giant of German football.
I don't know. Also, some internal issues there. Also, some injuries, like always, a lot of injuries, crisis in personnel. So this is Dortmund. They have nothing to fight for right now because they know that Bayern Munich will win the title. So I don't think that they will lose the second place till the season finishes. But if they keep dropping points, and if RB Leipzig and Leverkusen, okay, not RB Leipzig because they are 9 points behind. I don't see Leverkusen leapfrogging Dortmund in the standings because they are 6 points, and you know that Leverkusen sometimes are dropping points too. So basically, Dortmund have nothing to fight for right now. Like Kev said, Stuttgart desperate to add some points to their season tally because they're fighting to avoid relegation. Also, I wanted to ask the guys to press that thumbs up because we need it and it will be a big help for us.
I'll just do that now. I'm giving myself a thumbs up, am I?
Okay,
that's not a first. That's not a first, obviously.
Give it. Okay, so I think that you don't complicate in this match and go for the Alex Classic because BetUS offers the possibility for us to go with the Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in their props. So if you're going to BetUS, press props on that match and you have both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals there.
Okay, Kev, Mitch in the chat, and obviously Mitch is half a judge, which is a lot. That's half more than the majority, not in the chat, but I'm just saying the majority who think that they know soccer or stroke football. And he's gone with Dortmund to win and both teams to score at a massive plus 225. I think we can see that, can't we?
Yeah, I think if you're going to back Dortmund, that's the way to go. Just to add to answer your question about Dortmund earlier on, I think injuries is a massive part of it. If you have your star striker out for half the season with various problems, that doesn't help. Donyell Marlin's out tonight as well. That's another muscle injury. So I think there has to be a deep analysis at Dortmund as to why this is happening, because time and time again, they're losing players to muscular injuries. I think there's still a fragility there in terms of their defending. I think when they lose the ball, they're really at risk of losing big chances in transition. So a lot for Marco Rose to work on. I don't think it's the right thing to get rid of him. I know there were stories in German media this week saying that if he lost this game, he'd be sacked. But I actually think they should stick with him and do some more work in the market. They are going to lose Erling Haaland. We know that. It's about what they then do with that money to try and rebuild this squad, because at the moment,
listen, we're not right. Like we're not. You don't have to be Einstein, right? Whenever anyone talks about Dortmund, they cannot keep clean sheets. So if you cannot keep clean sheets, that means you either need a couple of enforcers in the central midfield areas to protect your defence, or you go and get a couple of centre-backs who just want to defend and keep the ball out of the danger area. It's not rocket science.
Well, they've signed one. They've got Niklas Süle for next season, and I think they're going to get Schlotterbeck from Freiburg as well.
Great centre backs, great duo.
Yeah, so I think they're two big steps in the right direction.
Huge improvement at the back. Huge.
Yeah.
You would be an improvement on Hummels, though.
Well, he's not fit. I think the bare truth of it
not for 3 years.
Not
for 3 years.
He's had that knee problem for a long, long time. I think he accepts that he's not going to be able to play every game. I do think he'll be there next season, but I think he'll be on the proviso that he doesn't start every game.
No, but see, Kev, this is where I go full circle and say he would be excellent to coach because he's a World Cup winner. He's like, experience is brilliant. I'm not one for slagging players who have had a career like Matt Hummels, by the way. I'm just saying that obviously now he's not fit or the right type of player to be in a Dortmund side that wants to go forward. But having him as almost like a mentor to two centre-backs who are going to come in and play for
I don't think that Süle needs a mentor, to be honest, after his great performance at Bayern Munich.
No, but you know what I'm saying? He's got so many tips that people can look up to players, especially if you are a centre-back, and say, right, okay, listen, I'm just giving some tips of you don't need to dive in, you can just watch the game, you can keep the play in front of you. Don't be frightened to kick it into row Z. No one has ever scored when the ball's been in row Z. Do you know what I mean? It's don't try and be fancy. I'm one of these that loves my centre-backs to just defend. Right, let's have a little look at the official picks. Because myself and Kev, we've left this alone. The plenty in the chat are enjoying it, but both teams are scoring over. Plus 2.5 goals is minus 125, better known as the Alex Classic. And Mitch has obviously gone for Dortmund to win and both teams to score, which is also the Alex Classic at plus 225.